Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 2, where I'm going to be continuing with my new ambition-ish of trying to get out of Waterdeep, which I'm still going to continue to fail at probably because there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done in the city that I've been told is time sensitive, which means I can't just go out and take care of things outside and come back and expect to find things the way that I want them to be, or something. It's very annoying is what it is, mostly, but starting out, we're in the playhouse. We're having a time. We just finished rescuing a bard that I will not be adding to my party, but who wants to be added to my party, which is too bad for him. And also, my thief has leveled up. So we're going to start with Yoshimo tonight. And we're going to give him a level up. And yeah, we're going to boost up his open locks because we've been having a little bit of an issue with that lately. I'm going to take him all the way up to 95. And I'm going to put the last 5 points into detecting illusion, which is not very good, but Okay, so hopefully this will produce more open locks than ones that are failed to be opened. We hope. And there we go. Thank you, Yoshimo. Okay. Yes. And we'll let Eri finish casting... I believe that's Stone Skin. Now, I believe my next stop should be the promenade, because I desperately need a merchant and there is an NPC that I am supposed to talk to there. So that seems like two birds with one stone to me.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Certainly.
Okay, we're back in the inn, where we're going to calmly ignore the bard man and everybody else.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay. And going to find the nearest exit. Oh, blasted, I'm like right in the middle. Okay, let's go towards that one. I mean, yes, there are merchants here, but I need to go to the promenade anyway, so... we'll just go this way. This way, this way, this way, this way. Those two are still here? Dang. And here we are. Okay, now as usual, before changing maps, I'm just going to give this a quick save. Okay, to Joaquin's Promenade. And Phoenicia, Armorer, Engie, Adventurer Mart, Circus Tent, Temple, Den, Inn, Store, Surnd, Weaponsmith. Yeah, the Ore Merchant is the one that we're supposed to be visiting, but I definitely would like to start with the Adventurer Mart. So we're just gonna demand everybody come over here. And then follow them. I said follow them, game. Because it's a lot easier to let the autopather figure out how the heck to get there than for me. The paths are not obvious through this region. Ah, here we are. Okay. Oh, hello. Finally a merchant. Hi, hello.
Ribald Bardaman at your service.
Ribald Barterman at your service. My adventurer mart is the finest shopping in all of Faerun. Widest selection, lowest prices, and nary a fancy illustration. Just the goods, bare and plain. Okay, so, no thanks, we're just looking. Yes, there are some items we're interested in. Maybe later, this place is too big to make a decision quite yet. What a dump, you'd have to pay me. Or I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions. Yes, there are some items we're interested in. Music to me ears. There's a customer born every minute, and a rube soon after. What'll it be for ye today? Well, I would like to have some space in my inventory, so you are going to assist me with that. Just gonna start by selling you this longbow. And the gem bag. Man, there is so much. There is so much you could help me with here. It's so full. Please take all of this stuff and give me money. All the money. Every penny you have. Well, I want all of your gold. Oh, but not that thing. We do not want to be selling that thing right off. I would like to identify that ring, but I can't while it's inside the bag. Okay, fine then. These things, then. Ardulia's Fall +1. Ardulia the Agile was a man whose speed and skill at knife play made him exceptionally lethal in battle, and he repeatedly proved it by leading raids on settlements along the Sword Coast. He would often challenge the village leader for possession of the town, and with his speed, the duels were always quickly decided in his favor. Ardulia met his match one spring morn, however, when he battled the priest Itgan, who wielded this mace. Ardulia seemed to stagger under each blow, slowing his pace to recoup and gain his breath. Without his speed, Ardulia was lost and fell to the measured attacks of Itgan. Hit target must save versus spell at +3 or be slowed for 2 rounds. Well, I do believe I have a certain cleric who would love to have this mace. Okay, and so we have Wave Shaft. This is a piece of the Wave, a powerful halberd created as a weapon of vengeance by a cult worshipping Umberlee. It apparently draws water out of its victims and is able to slay creatures of fire almost instantly. Tales say the Wave was lost long ago to the fire giants of the Stormhorn Mountains, but was eventually found by the adventurer Argonon of the Long Reach. He either lost the weapon to a wager in the planar city of Sigil, or it rests with his bones when his ship was sunk during a great storm in the Sea of Swords. No one knows for sure. And yet here's a piece of it in my hands. Interesting. Okay. I can't identify the ring, so I will move along because I don't really want to waste too much time. Yoshimo, do you have anything to identify or sell? No, you do not. Okay, moving along. Oh boy, we have such a problem here. Okay. Oh, so much identification. Alright, plate mail, shield, axe, plate mail, helmet, getting expensive, small shield, morning star. Okay, full plate mail +1. Full plate armor is the best armor a warrior can buy, both in appearance and protection. The perfectly fitted interlocking plates are specially angled to deflect arrows and blows, and the entire suit is carefully adorned with rich engraving and embossed detail. With its magical enhanced enchantments, this suit of full plate is ideal for warriors. Okay, I have 2 of those. Fun. And despite the effectiveness of the enchantments on this shield, it is otherwise nondescript and defies precise identification. Such standardization makes it likely that it is from the militia of some forgotten barony, though it is hard to be certain. That's a small shield +2. Plate mail again. Oh wait, no, sorry, Hangard's Axe. If this weapon had a lofty beginning, it has been overshadowed by the exploits of its most famous owner, Hangard the Dwarf. Hangard made a habit of trying to knock melons and apples off the heads of comrades. He missed more often than not, due in part to an unfortunate fondness for ale. Returns to the wielder's hand when thrown. Huh. Interesting, okay. Another suit of plate mail +1. A Helm of Charm. Oh, Charm Protection. Sorry. The Helm of Charm Protection protects its wearer from any magical attempts at emotional manipulation. As a precaution, some high-profile mercenary groups regularly equip their members with such helmets to ensure that they can perform the prescribed duties without external influence or interference. Protects against critical hits, and wearer is immune to charm. Interesting. Another small shield +2. And the Wyvern's Tail. The large spike at the head of this morning star is actually the lethal stinger of a wyvern. The fighter mage Sidej created this weapon, using his magical abilities to keep the stinger capable of producing poison. The magic he used has actually made the wyvern's tail a living weapon that pulses with life in the hands of its wielder. Hit target must save versus poison or take 5 hit points of poison damage. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see here. Thank you very much for the follow there, Stormcrow278, and welcome to the channel. By following, you have gotten access to some of the cutest follower emotes on Twitch, and you're going to earn channel points just that much faster towards my various glorious channel point rewards. So you've definitely made a good choice. Alright, let's sell the full plate mail. I'm going to sell one of the small shields as well, because hardly anybody... I can't remember how many people are actually using shields. Let's hold on to the shields for now. I'm definitely not going to sell the Wyvern's Tail. So it's just the plate mail for now. Not sure what to do about Hangard's Axe. Moving along. More stuff to be identified. Alright, so this leather armor... Shield, girdle, bracers, crossbow, mage robe. Skin of the Ghoul. Time for the adventures of Minsk Boo and his entourage. Well, they're Foxswine's entourage, but definitely Minsk and Boo are high in the pecking order. The only reason Yoshimo gets to stand next to me is because that way he detects traps we're about to walk into. But that does mean that Minsk is directly behind me, which I really trust him there. It's a good place to have him. I know he'll watch my back. Now, where was I? The Skin of the Ghoul, right. A clever thief, Damien One Knife, always tried to gain from the assets of his enemies, no matter the circumstances. After an intense battle with several ghouls in which 2 of his companions perished, Damien decided to even the odds in future encounters. He skinned one of the undead creatures and brought the hide to a halfling armorer talented in enchanting leather. When the suit was finished, it was magically protective against physical attacks and paralysis. Not very epic, perhaps, but practical. Save versus death +3. Huh. Well... A saving grace +3. Once a very powerful shield used by the clerics of Bane, most of the enchantments fled with their god's demise. The basic magical protection still remains, making it useful for any adventurer. Okay. Girdle of Fortitude. This girdle greatly increases the wearer's constitution. King Velios used it when leading an expedition against marsh trolls. He'd been severely sickened the past winter and was no longer the healthy man he once was. The belt gave extra years to his life and inspired his men to renew their confidence in their king once more. Well, dang. that would be a difficult choice who to give that belt to. And bracers of defense AC 7. Bracers are thick bands of metal or leather that are strapped, belted, or tied to a character's forearm. Generally, the magic that is instilled in bracers is good only during combat, since most bracers help protect the wearer from injury or improve their chances to strike an opponent. Exceptions do exist, though such specialized items are rare at best. That belt is super good for Aerie. Oh, good point. She is a delicate little flower, isn't she? Also, yes, good evening, Jorg. It's good to see you again. PG-2 traps, killing adventurers since 2000. Exactly. And that's why Yoshimo walks up front. Okay, and the guide +2. Heavy crossbow of accuracy. The guide. A favored siege weapon of King Shastir Longev. Crossbows of this type were designed for the systematic removal of defensive forces thought safe behind the battlements of castles. Scant few of these weapons survive to this day, mainly due to the eventual annihilation of the king's forces by a coalition of subjugated lands. Just have to remember to use it after every rest. Well, I would have to remember to rest in order for that to be a problem. So... And a mage robe of fire resistance. Due to the extremely volatile nature of most magics, mage robes of fire resistance are not uncommon among young acolytes and their wizardly tutors. As with other such robes, they cannot be worn except by wizards. Okay. Alright, so... I'm going to sell off the basic buckler and helmet here. And I'm going to sell the bracers of defense. I'm not sure about the guide. I don't actually have anybody that I have using crossbows. So it's... that's tricky. I'm going to sell the mage robe as well. Sorry, folks. Pretty sure if there are guards for these wizards, they'd want fire resistance too. Yeah, they would. Also, good evening, Green. Welcome to you too. Okay. I sold a robe of fire resistance, Jorg. More stuff to identify. All the identifying. So many things. Okay, that's a whole pile of stuff. I'm spending more money than I made selling those jewels just to identify everything. Okay, so we're starting with the Cloak of the Sewers. For a sewer dweller like Ivan, survival meant going where others refused. Hiding from thugs, Ivan went so deep in the sewers beneath Baldur's Gate that he found natural caves, some of which opened to the ocean. Within one cave, Ivan discovered what he thought was a ruined cloak, all torn and stained. He tossed it into the fire he started, but it would not burn. Curious, he donned it, and with some prying, he discovered its hidden abilities. With the right command, he could shift into a rat, a troll, or a mustard jelly. No, the guards are just fire elementals or iron golems. Yeah, I mean, if your wizard is worth his salt. Okay, so it's an equipped ability of armor class +1, and you can polymorph yourself once per day, but only into 3 specific things. Okay. And this is a Gessen bow shaft. This is one part of the Gessen bow, a powerful shout bow created by Gessen Khan, and used on its own creator when it was stolen by the Shadow Thieves. Legend relates that the bow fires bolts of lightning instead of arrows, and it has been highly sought in the past by shadow thieves for use by their assassins and by cowled wizards for study. Read, if your wizard has deep pockets, iron golems aren't cheap. Well, yeah, but that's once again, that's why it's good if your wizard is worth their salt. Because, you know, a wizard that's worth their salt can make all the money that they need, you know, judiciously using their magics. Okay, where are we? A quarterstaff +1. Very basic. The simplest and humblest of staff weapons, the quarterstaff is a length of wood ranging 6 to 9 feet in length. High-quality quarterstaves are made of stout oak and are shod with metal at both ends. This one is particularly special as it has been imbued with magical properties. We have a wand of Cloud Kill, which I'm probably going to sell because I don't trust my people with Cloud Kill at all. This wand emits a vapor bubble that travels towards the target, exploding into a deadly cloud of noxious gas that expands to fill an area roughly 15 feet in radius. The cloud will instantly kill any creature with 4 HD or less with no saving throw. Any creature within 5 to 6 HD must make a saving throw or be slain. Creatures with greater than 6 HD simply take 1d10 damage for every round that they remain within the cloud. The cloud will dissipate after 1d4 turns. Yep. A Rod of Resurrection? This rod enables anyone to resurrect the dead as if they were high enough level to cast the resurrection spell and if they were a priest. No rest is required as the rod bestows the life-giving effects. Each use of the rod expends 1 charge. Oh, I see. Necklace of Form Stability. Dejara of the Altered was a witch of great temper who rewarded the slightest insult with harsh punishment. Often this meant several weeks transformed into some form of wild beast, which of course earned her many enemies. It is recorded that she once fought a mage named Maxell, who had previously suffered such a fate. For his return, he had prepared this necklace, designed to prevent her changing his form, but he could not shield those around him as well. Apparently an impromptu army of farmers turned bears eventually overwhelmed him. Well, save versus polymorph +5 for this necklace. Interesting. A Harp of Discord. Even the most talented bard cannot get this harp to play in tune. Each stroke of the harp's strings results in a harsh, off-key note. If the bard attempts to play a proper ballad upon the harp, its magical effects are released. All creatures, other than the bard and his or her party, must make a saving throw versus spell or be confused for 30 seconds. Confusion 3 times a day. Huh. Well, I'm probably not going to be having a bard. And we have a two-handed sword +1. The two-handed sword is derivative of the longsword. Weaponsmiths have always looked for ways to improve existing weapons. In an effort to improve the longsword, the blade was lengthened. Eventually the handle had to be extended, and 2 hands became necessary to properly swing the sword. The primary function of two-handed swords is cleaving mounted knights and breaking up pike formations. This one is particularly good at its job as it's been enchanted with a few magical properties. Okay, leather armor +1. Basic armor made of thick, wax, or water-hardened leather. It is sturdy protection, not supple like boots or a cloak. Soft garment leathers like that would offer no more protection than common clothing. Magical enchantments have improved the protective abilities of this particular suit. Let's see. Ajatha the Drinker +2? This blade belonged to Dabar, a long-dead servant of Baal, that exercised control over his minions in the most brutal of ways. In addition to strengthening the mind against the guile of others, the sword absorbs life energy from an opponent with each successful hit, healing the user. Dabar considered it a failure of his officers if he returned from battle in less than perfect health, and as the rest of the company watched, he would administer beatings until fully healed. Eee! Also gives immunity to charm and domination spells. Each hit heals the wielder by 1 hit point. Huh. Oh, and look at that. They have returned to me. The paws of the cheetah are within my possession once again. Boots of Speed, the paws of the cheetah. These enchanted boots were once the property of a deadly assassin fond of chasing down his prey. He moved with such speed that his targets often didn't have the opportunity to respond, even on horseback. Over time, the assassin's fame spread, and though his name was never known, all knew to fear the words last heard by his victims. "You can hide, but you cannot run!" I'm gonna give those to Yoshimo, and I'm gonna laugh. Small shield +1. A small shield is usually round and is carried on the forearm, gripped with the shield hand. Its light weight as compared to a medium shield permits the user to carry other items in that hand, though she cannot wield or carry another weapon. Yeah, okay. Pixie Prick +3. Oh boy. I'm not gonna say where my mind went just now, but you all can probably guess, right? The pixie prick almost appears to be a toy, so fine and delicate is the workmanship of the blade and handle. Yet when wielded and the command word sleep intoned, the tiny dagger glows with a blue nimbus. Upon striking an opponent, the pixie prick releases a surge of powerful magic, potentially inducing a deep slumber. Legends say that the ancient sprite knight Alfonso de Noble wielded the pixie prick not as a dagger, but as a two-handed sword. Hit target must save versus poison or fall asleep for 2 rounds. Interesting. And a Cloak of the Shield. This cloak projects a spear of energy that protects the wearer from missile weapons. It also slows melee weapons somewhat. Armor class +5 versus missile weapons and +1 versus melee. Nice. Okay, I will be keeping the majority of this, but I'm going to sell this basic mace. I'm going to sell the Wand of Cloud Kill because I do not trust myself to use it. The two-handed sword +1, I will sell the basic leather armor, the small shield because I have multiple of them now. Okay, and sell all of that. And then what do you have? A whole bunch of stuff to be identified. Halberd, amulet, quarterstaff, wand, bracers, chainmail, armor, wand, short sword. Alright. And back up to wherever it was I started. Yes, here we go. Dragon's Bane +3. This was the weapon of Thorvin Dukal, one of 7 self-proclaimed dragon slayers who spent years railing against what they called an insidious dragon infestation that threatened Faerun. Thorvin had this weapon enchanted at great expense and used it on many occasions, though of dragons only a single wight has fallen to it. The dragon slayers met their match in a cantankerous ancient red, who slew the entire group in an epic battle. This weapon did not end up in the beast's hoard, however, as the creature returned to its lair to recuperate, and when it emerged, the field of combat was well scavenged. Okay. Thaco +3. Extra damage to dragons. Piercing damage. Huh. Okay. And a quarterstaff. It's a basic... No, wait, that I already had that. Okay, we have Amulet of 5% magic resistance. Commissioners working for the Athkatla City Council often wear these amulets while searching for spell users. The amulet provides some small protection against devious mages who resist any efforts at being imprisoned or killed. A Staff of Air. This staff seems to draw from elven artistic traditions, though tied less to the forest than is usually customary. It was apparently designed to control air elementals, being able to summon one as a servant to the wielder and potentially destroying creatures of the same type in a single blow. When necessary, it can also spawn a cloud of gas, causing anyone within the area of effect to fall into a deep slumber. Some effects are limited by charges. Huh. Okay. Wand of the Heavens. This wand will cause a pillar of flame to shoot out of the sky and strike the chosen target. The flames will do 8d6 damage to the target, with 1s taken as 2s, unless the target makes a save versus wand, in which case she will take half. The wand only has a certain amount of charges and will be destroyed when they are used. Huh. Yeah, I think everybody is able to spawn a cloud of gas, but the deadliness of said gas varies from person to person. Alright, Bracers of Defense AC 8. I already read Bracers this evening, so I'm just going to skip past that. Melodic Chain +3. The Bards of Melody were a small band of half-elf bardic warriors who entertained and defended scattered elven communities throughout Camelshan. Enchantments allowed only minstrels to wear their armor. The magical links sliding together produced beautiful melodies as they danced or fought. Unfortunately, the Bards of Melody were disbanded hundreds of years ago, and the secret of playing the armor faded with them. Equipped abilities: open locks -5, find traps -5, pickpockets -20, move silent -10. Spellcasting is not disabled. I'm not thrilled. I mean, sure, chain +3, lovely stuff, but Leather armor +1, already read that. Wand of Lightning. The possessor of the wand can discharge 6 bolts of lightning, each directed as a target of the user's choosing. As it passes through a creature, a bolt does 3d6 points of damage with a save versus wand for half. Each bolt will continue through its target and proceed to rebound until expended. It's only usable for bards. Well, not usable by mage, monk, kinsire, shapeshifter. It doesn't say anything about only usable by... Oh wait, that's the leather armor. Oh yeah, usable by bard, blade, jester, or skald. Okay, alright, I didn't read that part. Sorry about that, Jorg. You were correct. Okay, that was the Wand of Lightning, and then we have Kundane +2. Sword of Quickness, Kundane. Disfigured as a child, Dramnek Ulk was ostracized and ridiculed by his peers. In his loneliness, he spent many hours alone on the hills overlooking trade meet. A nearby wizard, Galoma, discovered the youth and found in him a kindred soul. The two fast became friends, master and apprentice. Galoma died before Dramnek's tutorage could be completed, however, and the youth found himself once more alone in the world. Eventually, he made his way to the streets of Athkatla. There, he became a cut-purse, augmenting his thieving skills with the little magic he'd learned from Galoma. Eventually, he crafted this sword, which enhanced Dramnek's weak physical body. The weapon has no speed factor. Huh. 1 extra attack per round, huh? Interesting. Okay, well, let's see. I can't sell the quarterstaff, more's the pity. I am gonna sell these and that. And I believe that our young lady here could use some more bullets. She goes through them so quickly. Scrolling, 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 scrolling. I know there's bullets in here somewhere. There they are. Okay, little more expensive, but let's take the +2s. Yeah, there we go. If you have anyone using dual wield, Kundani is a good offhander. I have 2 people who are dual wielding, actually. Let's see if there's anything else interesting in here. Potions, scrolls, da 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 da. Gem bag, ring of air. Yeah, unfortunately I am not seeing a quiver in here. That is very sad. Okay, so now that I've gotten everything identified and sold off so little of it, let's toss things around. Put that there. Now let's see, this mace should probably go over here. I don't really know that I need this anymore. Let's see. A whole bunch of arrows here. We're fine. I forget who had the boots, but I'll work it out. I also forget exactly who I had with shields, but I'll also work that out. Now, Minsk is one of the people that I have dual wielding. He has Arbane's Sword of Agility in one hand, and a long sword +1 in the other, so he could definitely use a better sword in his offhand. Or we could flip it around and, what has he got here? Eyes of Truth. Okay, he should probably hang on to those. Not sure what to do about the axe either. Let's see here. The girdle was supposed to go to Eri. Skin of the Ghoul might as well go to Yoshimo. I did have her using a shield. She's got a medium. You know what? She might as well. She might as well take the saving grace. It's going to be way better than the one that she has. Although maybe it would be better if I put the saving grace on. Oh wait, he has his family shield. Okay, never mind then. Okay, the paws of the cheetah off to Yoshimo. You know, he might as well hold on to the Rod of Resurrection. I'm not sure who should get the Cloak of the Sewers. I feel like somebody should get it. I'm not sure who. I'm going to give the Cloak of the Shield to Eri. Hopefully she can wear it and the belt. She can! On a frontliner because the +1 armor. Yeah, probably. I don't know what to do with the melodic chains, so I'm just going to have Minsk carry it for now. I'm not sure about the amulet of magic resistance either. Obviously she can't wield the Dragon's Bane, so let's send that over to Minsk as well. Actually, let's just hand all this stuff over to Minsk. I will let her hang on to that for now. Okay, let's see. Oh. Let's see. She's got 80 bullet +1 there. Regular bullet. Bullet +2. Okay. Now, Yoshimo, I would like you to put on these boots. They look spectacular on you. Yeah, you've got orc leather +3 on. Extra resistance to missile damage. Versus save versus death. Oh, difficult choice. I think the extra missile protection actually does him better. Now, Minsk definitely needs a better offhand, but the question is, should I, like, put the Wyvern's Tail in one hand and the Arbane's Sword of Agility in the other? Or should I give him Kandane as his offhand? Or should I do that for myself, since I am also dual wielding, and yeah, I have the Namara +2 as my offhand. Hmm. Is Wyvern any good for Anomen? Well, I kind of planned to have him use Ardilia's Fall. Like, that would definitely be better than the Mace +1 that he's been wielding. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass that over to myself. I'm gonna give Kandane to Minsk. And do this way. Fire in one hand, poison in the other. Maybe? And actually, I don't think I need these shields. I do want to know who to put this Helm of Charm protection on, but maybe Yoshimo? I'm not sure if Yoshimo can wear it, actually, but let's find out. Yoshimo cannot wear it. Well, we currently have Jahira using the pale green Unestone. And I would like to keep that, but what we'll do is, just in case she does need more, we'll give her the helmet to hold on to as a just in case. I think I'm probably going to sell this crossbow. It's a really good crossbow, but I really don't have anybody who's any good at wielding crossbow. What if we gave the Cloak of the Sewers to Yoshimo? Yeah, I think that's got things sorted around. I'm really not sure what to do about the pixie prick here. I don't really have a dagger wielder is the problem. I mean, Yoshimo could be. Oh, it's so hard. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this equipment way of going about things. All right, we'll talk to Rybold again.
The finest shopping and all in favor. Widest selection, lowest prices, and nary a fancy illustration. Just the goods, fair and plain.
And then we sell off the... Oh, okay. Sell off the basic katana, sell off the longsword +1, sell that, sell that. Don't remember, did you get Robe of Vecna last time you were here? I think I looked at it, but there was no way I could afford it. I doubt I could afford it now, to be honest. And sell... And Alright, sell the basic scimitar. Can't sell the club. Sell the medium shield. Sell the guide. Sell the quarterstaff +1. Sell the mace +1. Hang on to the rest, I guess. And you, did you have anything? Okay, is anybody kind of lacking an amulet? Well, I am. It's not exactly the greatest thing or anything, but I can't see how spell resistance would be a bad thing, so I'll just wear it for now. Okay. But yeah, I believe that the really expensive stuff was... Oh, no. Stop you. I believe that the really expensive stuff was the stuff up here that she had. Anomen, you... Does this guy not stop talking for 5 minutes? Why, what are you thinking of? I've no time for your melancholy, Anomen. Or, this is no time for reminiscing, Anomen. Let us continue on. No, we want him to stay, and I would very much like to know how I can help his personal quest. So, why? What are you thinking of, Anomen? I speak of memories that are best put aside, Foxwine, lest they fester at my heart. I find sometimes, however, that I cannot. Yeah, I know, and then you bring them up, constantly. I remember when I first achieved the rank of squire. It had been a difficult task. My father had refused to be my patron, so I was no better off than a commoner would be. Most knights would not take me in, since I had no coin to pay for my equipment. I had to prove myself. A knight by the name of Sir Bethlin took pity on me and had me squired. I was proud during the ceremony, and happy, but it was not to last. My father, Lord Cor, stumbled into the Order's headquarters. He was filthy drunk and full of rage. He began shouting at the knights, at Sir Rin Troll no less, that I had been stolen from him, that I was a worthless and weak son who should not be in the Order. Sir Ryan Troll told him I had proven myself, but the old bastard would hear none of it. They would finally force to drag him out of the headquarters, kicking and screaming. Leave it to Lord Cor to stain the one moment of pure pleasure I was able to steal during my time in the Order, the one thing I had achieved despite all of his opposition. Bah! Yeah, main character syndrome. Yeah. You should not let your father eat away at you like this, Anomen. That's awful. I'm sorry that happened like that. Or, are you finished whining? Can we continue on here? Now, as much as I would like to use the last one, because I'm really feeling it, you shouldn't let your father eat away at you like this, Anomen. 'Tis difficult, my lady. Since the death of my mother, my father has been a cancer in my soul, a force against which I have struggled for years to prove myself. Ah, but listen to me. What a pathetic knight I must seem, blubbering like a boy to you over such a thing as my father's disapproval. You must think me a fool, my lady. Oh, I think you many things, Anomen, but a fool is not one of them. No, I don't think you a fool, Anomen. Don't be ridiculous, Anomen. You've overcome many obstacles. You should be proud of your accomplishments. I think you should harden yourself, Anomen. If you cannot get over such a small thing as that, you will never achieve what you want. Or a bit of a fool, yes. I mean, we're going to find it difficult to get his head through doors, but let's stoke his ego a little. Don't be ridiculous, Anomen. You've overcome many obstacles. You should be proud. You are kind to say so, my lady. Thank you. Shut him down without being mean. How about that?
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
Greetings, adventurer. I am Deidre. I am a member of the Aurora's Magic Emporium, and I have access to her considerable collection of magical treasures. Would you be interested in taking a look at my wares? Sure. Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in here, and it's all very expensive. And the Robe of Vecna is 23,800. That would be most of my money. And as nice as the thing is, I don't really want to spend that money. Like, I would like to have the robe for Aerie, but when it comes down to it, it's a lot of money. And also, I have to go talk to an ore merchant and probably spend all of my cash, which may or may not be reimbursed by the Temple of Helm. So, sigh. Alright.
Yes?
We have seen the merchant, which was the number one thing that I had on my list of things to do. We have inventory space and new equipment now. Now we're going to head over here.
Certainly.
Yep. There goes Yoshimo.
I'm so happy you brought me with you. I never imagined that we would be doing such great things.
Oh, thank you, Aerie. Alright, so this is Gerlia the Ore Merchant, who we have been requested to speak to.
Yes,
Yay.
the city, with all its people and their accumulated wealth, yes?
Yes, Yoshimo.
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
You interested in a bulk purchase of ore? I've got fine prices for masonry as well, and crafters that can build you everything from arches to overhangs. I have need of a lithium for Sir Sarles. How much would 200 pounds be worth? Nothing, sorry I bothered you. Or I'm looking for a rare metal suitable for sculpture. Well, it's 1 or it's 3. Alright, let's go with the first one. Straight to the point. How much? 200 pounds? He's mad, raving, out of his mind. So does this mean you don't have it in stock? Or I'm sure your theatrics make it all worthwhile. What will the price be then? You know what? Do you not have it in stock? You don't know what is involved in getting a lithium. I've an agreement with a rather special source, but there's only so much I'm allowed to take. 50 pounds a season at most. 50 pounds a season? I don't have that kind of time. Or so this is a fruitless enterprise then. He sent me on a merry little chase. 50 pounds. So 50 pounds a season to get 200. Yeah. That would be a whole year. That would be an entire year just to get enough of lithium. Spam rest. I don't want to leave Imoen in prison that long. I just really don't want to leave Imoen in prison that long, I gotta say. He sent me on a merry little chase. Hold on. It's difficult, but not impossible. There are 2 options to you. You can go to my source and try to ply the extra out of him, or you can use a substitute. Whereas your source, I'm sure he will see reason. Or, you mean a cheaper metal as a replacement? Won't Sarles know? I I have a feeling that things are going to go badly if I try to trick Sarles. So, where's your source? I'm sure he'll see reason. He may at that, but I will require compensation for revealing him to you. If word got out who and where my source was, I would be out of business. Make it worth my while. It's your career, so how does 500 gold sound? If this could ruin you, I should offer no less than 1,000 gold. The ever-seeing eye of Helm will look upon you favorably if you help. Or I cannot afford to pay you for this information. If word got out who and where my source was, I would be out of business. Now, how much of that is hyperbole and how much is truth? That's the question. Okay, I'm gonna be nice. It's going to hurt, but I'm gonna be nice. If this could ruin you, I should offer no less than 1,000 gold. His name is Unger Hildark. He stays in the Copper Coronet when he's in town. Don't get him mad, will you? He's enough of a risk just coming here. He's Duragar. Ooh. Okay, so I will write that down. Unger Hildark. You know, it makes sense that that the Duragar would be able to source a super rare and hard to find metal, but would find it difficult to move it. Unger Hildark. Copper Coronet, which is near where I'm going next, so that's good. Duragar, where does a dwarf of such evil nature find sanctuary in Amn? Or, I don't deal with the likes of Duragar. What was this about a substitute? Wouldn't Sir Sarles know the difference? Oh, right, we're still back in the days where what race you were helped to, define your alignment. Oh boy. Okay, where does a dwarf of such evil nature find sanctuary in Amn? At the Copper Coronet, of course, as she just said. It hides worse than him within. Besides, they have to eat too, you know. Nothing wrong with a mutually beneficial trading agreement. He's in disguise. His kind doesn't look all that different, and as long as he's left alone, he's fine. Not a bad guy once you get to know him. You go talk to him. Tell him I sent you. Maybe he'll let you pull a little more lithium out of him than I can get. It won't be cheap, though. Goody! Thanks, I'll do that. Or perhaps I should try to get that substitute you mentioned as well. Do I put all my eggs in one basket, or do I try to do both? I am never going to get out of the city at this rate. Alright, thanks, I'll do that. Good luck, you'll need it. Of course, you knew I would say that. Alright, alright. Gonna go back over here. Whoops. I keep trying to use WASD to move the map instead of the arrow keys. It's habit. I do look forward to playing the third game. Okay, everybody's here. As usual, before changing maps, I'm going to save. Off we go. Found comfortable pressing scroll button and moving the mouse. Well, that's also awkward for me for other reasons, because then I don't know what to do with my other hand. So, where was I going? Oh yes, the slums. I was going to the slums. I have reached the point in my gaming career where it feels weird to not be using both my hands in a game. Okay, let's see. Where was the dude? Galen wants this. Where the heck was Galen staying again? I know he was around here somewhere. Borinal's house, maybe? I wish I could remember. I'm at a bit of a loss here. I know he's in one of the houses, but I don't remember which one. Off goes Yoshimo again. I mean, possibly giving my trap detector the fast shoes was not actually the right way to go about it, but... Was it this household? Maybe?
Without doubt.
Arladrian? No.
Quickly and precisely.
Oh, wait, I walked right past him. I walked right past the man. Oh, man. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days. Cool, you already be above 15,000 and need go no further. My masters changed their hearts, and they will accept 15,000 alone. It is a competitive rate, I think. Yes, here you go. No, I'm not ready to go just yet. I'll be back. Or, Bruce mentioned a new deal. Is that the change he spoke of? Oh yes, absolutely. Last one, last one. I'm not accepting anything this man says at face value. Aye, 15,000 gold. They wish to speed proceedings along, for your benefit and theirs. They want to keep the relationship with you as friendly as possible. So there's the final tally. Are you happy with the price? We are certainly the least offensive ally you could choose in this matter. I'll pay the 15,000 right now, or I'm not ready to do this yet. Not ready yet. Well, as you wishes. I can be standing here a bit longer, I can. Oh, you'll be standing there forever if I have my way.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay, well, we're right at the Copper Coronet, so let's try chasing down this Duragar. Okay. Okay, now we are looking for Unger Hildark,
If it must be done.
who, if he's in town, he's in here somewhere. Bouncer, tavern patron. Here, dwarf. Here, dwarf, 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 dwarf. There he is. Unger, hi, hello. What are you staring at? Ain't illegal to be a dwarf, last I heard. Take your eyes off of me and put them someplace safe. Friendly. He's so friendly. Ah, but you're not an ordinary dwarf, are you? Not by a long shot. No need for hostilities. Julia sent me. I wish to discuss Ilithium. Or, sorry to have disturbed you, though it seems you were disturbed already. Okay, let's try the we have a connection route immediately. Because we don't really want him getting worked up by us accusing him of not being a regular dwarf. No need for hostilities. Julia sent me. She did she? I'll have to have a chat with the lass. I trust you paid her enough that there will be some for her to split with me. She will see that it is wise to do so. Oh yeah, she's got plenty to split with you. Absolutely. I guarantee. So you seek a lithium, do you? I have none, and I won't be getting any time soon. Now that is out of the way, goodbye. It is the glory of Helm that I serve. Please reconsider. I'm going to be honest. What does a Duragar care for Helm? Seriously, what would a Duragar care about Helm? Wait, this could be very profitable for you. Won't you reconsider? Or, I think you'll stay and talk, Duragar. You wouldn't want me shouting about you. I mean, there's an exclamation point in that sentence. You've already yelled it. This could be very profitable for you. It doesn't matter, fool. I don't have any lithium. It's that simple. My source is inaccessible, and you aren't getting any. Get angry if you wish, but it won't help. Maybe the Duragar is a devotee of Helm. I mean, maybe? But the chance, like, from the era that this game is in, the chances of a Duragar worshipping Helm it's low to nothing. Helm is very strongly on the lawful good side, and in this time, like, particular races are evil in this one, and Duragar is one of them. It would be next to impossible. Alright, let's see. What responses do I have on this? You sound like this was not a planned shortage. What is the problem? Can't handle your own supply, huh? I guess you're just unreliable. Or, then what will help? This is very important. I'm going to go with the first one. This sounds like it wasn't planned. What's the problem? Oh, so now you wish to be my friend? Why should I bother with you at all? Well, we could help each other. You can help me get the lithium that I need, and I can help you get more lithium to sell. I feel like this is it's, mutual aid. Obviously, I'm not going to be offered that response, but, I feel like it's mutual aid. I'm not interested in harming a simple merchant. Where else will you get help? You can't fix your problem, or you would have a lithium. What else can you do? You know what? I'm going to go with the second one. If you could fix the problem, you would have a lithium. I'm offering to help. What else can you do? Nothing. Very few opportunities for mercantile trade in this place when you are even a hill or mountain dwarf. All right, fool. You wish to share my problem? I'll give it to you. You want a lithium? You can wait for it. We mine it deep in the earth, and it's dangerous going. It's rare enough when production is normal. This is all useless information, though, because my latest shipment was stolen from under me. So there's no lithium for anyone for another season or more. I'll exact justice for you. I'll take the lithium I need and leave the bandit dead. I'll get the lithium myself then. Bandits? Bah! No trouble for me. Or maybe I should try and have a talk with the person that robbed you. I mean, it's not goody two-shoes, which is how I've been playing so far in this, but I think I'm going to offer to exact justice. I'll exact justice. I'll take the lithium and leave the bandit dead. You want to go chasing after him? That's your business. It's lost to me anyway. I show my face and he'll have the guards on me just for being Duragar. Yes, this is why this is a mutual aid. Typical of this city. I'm just a poor businessman, but I'd be jailed just for my shadowed face. This bastard that robbed me looked like a rock gnome, so he's welcomed with open arms. Looks like. I'm noticing the wording here. Looks like. They wouldn't guess at what a fiend he is. After I hired him, I found out what he had done. I suppose that's why he cheated me and took off. Aha, so he was using a front. and his front made off with his wares. Fascinating. Don't you worry, just point me in the right direction. I'm sure he's just terrible. Now where is he? Yes, yes, life is unfair. I'll take care of him. Or I judge by actions. You seem harmless enough, really. I mean, the fourth one is correct for me, the player. The only thing I've got in this game is the NPC's actions, so I will judge them by what they've done. But I don't know that that's right for my character. I mean, I really do lean towards the last one because all he's trying to do is sell metal. He hasn't attacked anybody. He hasn't murdered anybody. All he's tried to do is just sell what he and his folk are mining out of the earth. And, you know, if they're mining, they're not doing evil things, frankly. But it's just like all of these answers are like condescending, and it kind of feels bad. I know I'm playing as a half-elf, but that doesn't mean that I need to be condescending to anyone who is waist high or lower. Just point me in the right direction. Yes, well, you can go after him if you like. Last I heard, he was holed up in the Bridge District. A derelict little place bought with my gold. Here, I'll even mark it on your map there. Oh, great! Great! Spectacular! That is wonderful. That means that I'm still going to be stuck in this city. Okay, Bridge District. And I'm just going to make a note. Illithium thief who looks like rock gnome. Okay. He won't be moving much. He was on the run from Baldur's Gate when I met him. Oh, I suppose you'll want his name as well. Yes, that would be useful, thank you. The name was Neb. He left a few families crying, or so I hear. Tell his corpse that Unger Hildark sent you. Neb. Okay. Sounds like Neb has had a bit of a colorful time. Alright. This lithium thing is going to keep me in the city even longer, apparently. Is it nighttime yet, or is it just moonrise? What? Oh. What the heck? Well, that answers that question, huh? Okay. Alright, fine. We're gonna go over here. Okay, it's definitely nighttime now, so let's go to the graveyard before going to the Bridge District again, since I'm going to be trapped in this city forever. Okay, to the graveyard.
Certainly. You
Now,
arrived.
oh, hi.
I might have to discipline Valen for failing to deliver the message. I am Bodhi. Can I greet you warmly?
Bodhi, you seem to have left a little blood right there. You like you have a napkin or a. Warm you may be, but you are in a very cold place. Was this necessary? Yes, but why must I come all the way out here? It isn't safe. I don't care about your greetings, just explain why I'm here. Or, yes, I accept your welcome. Hmm. You know what? Let's go with the last one. Let's go with disarm her with awkwardness. I accept your welcome.
You may be concerned about why we must meet here. There are a number of reasons, only a few of which you need to worry about. First, I shall introduce myself. I am Bodhi.
You said that already. Thank you. Be wary, my friend. This creature is one of darkness. If you intend to deal with her, do so cautiously. I will prepare to call on Helm should signs of treachery arise.
I have asked you here because we are unlikely to be overheard, and so you can see the benefits of working with me. Follow, please, and stay exactly in my step. You would regret doing other.
Oh, yeah, this sounds...
This is the entrance to the hold that I offer you access to. Oh, I am sorry. I have moved ahead of myself. I should outline what I intend.
Yes, and what payment you expect would also be lovely to know.
You are employed, of course, and do errands occasionally. No doubt you have questioned the intent of your employer on occasion. If you haven't, then you should.
Every single time.
You work for the Shadow Thieves, on the pretense they will help locate your missing companion, Imogen. Yes, they are Shadow Thieves, and yes, they are as nefarious as you've probably heard.
I'm working for the Shadow Thieves on multiple levels, but thank you. I would offer an alternative. I would help you find your friend for, 15,000 gold? It is a sizable amount less than the Shadow Thieves have asked for, and coincidentally, it is what you have now. I mean, I'm gonna point out, for the record, that the Shadow Thieves changed their offer to the exact amount that you've just named. So this gets very interesting. How does she know of our link to the Shadow Thieves? And what would they think of this meeting? Be careful, Foxwine. Our lives may hang in the balance. Such an offer from this woman sends chills up and down my spine like angry weasels, but Foxwine will know what to do. Even Boo is confident of this. Oh, Minsk and Boo believe in me. Oh! Yee! I don't know if this is such a good idea, Foxwine. I feel frightened all of a sudden. Maybe we should just leave. Oh, all of my good companions are having misgivings. Every last one of them. And you know, it's very weird to be parleying with a woman with blood on her face. A strange deal, and yet it would save us much effort, no. It has, however, the feel of a deal with a devil. It would be good, however, to turn the tables on those vile thieves. Perhaps this is not a bad idea. We would save much coin and achieve the same goal, it seems, although it would be certain to make enemies of the Shadow Thieves. And that's exactly what you don't want to do, right, Yoshimo? You personally? Enough. It is obvious you have questions. Ask them and appease your curiosity, if not, your conscience. I possibly should have actually read that as a comma instead of a period, but How do you know of my involvement with the Shadow Thieves, or even that they are Shadow Thieves? You know an awful lot about me. Where have you learned all of this? It sounds like you've been spying on me. Why should I trust you? Why would you do this? What do you stand to gain? Or, I don't care about my friend. I want Irenicus for revenge and for what he can do for me. Well, that last one is a straight-up lie, so definitely not going to be going with it. You know, I'm just going to start with the top one. How do you know of my involvement with them, or even that they are Shadow Thieves, since Galen never said anything about Shadow Thieves? I know a great deal about you and this place, Foxwine. You are a relative newcomer and have much to learn. Certainly you've had your doubts about those helping you. Well, yes, I am suspicious of anyone who crawls out of the woodwork offering to help me for no reason other than the goodness of their hearts, which is why I'm also suspicious of your offer. You will be unable to turn down my offer, even if I demand a few gestures to prove your loyalty. There is a monopoly in this town, and I intend to break it. Oh! Oh, Lord, is the group that's opposing the Shadow Thieves made up of undead? Is that what's going on here? I will ask you to weaken the resources of the Shadow Thieves. I am not so vain as to think them easily destroyed, but many of their members will join with me. I make no illusions about what will be required of you. I will wish you to kill, and I will wish you to terrorize. You must determine if you have the stomach for it. 15,000 is a lot, but I will compensate you well for it. You will ultimately have Imoen, and a few magical trinkets, too. And rest assured, I will help you find Imoen. I will help you find Irenicus, but not just for your reasons. I have an interest in Irenicus myself. Support me, and you will revel in the destruction of the largest criminal organization south of Waterdeep, though the big bad thieves have been rather soft of late. And you will help me find Imoen for 15,000, plus a whole bunch of tasks which will never end, probably. I still wonder why you would do this. You do not present yourself as a safe risk. I do not believe you. I'm sure the Shadow Thieves would offer more if I removed their competition. What if I don't trust either group? They may well be thieves, but you are very, very creepy. I say yes. I've never liked serving those fools anyway. I will just enjoy their destruction. Or you want me to find Irenicus. What are you talking about? Are you in league with him? It's either one or two for me. I am almost 100% certain that it's either one or two, but I'm just not sure which one to go for. As I believe she intends to use me as a tool. That much is pretty obvious, and it's I don't know that I want to be used as a tool by her. I can't guarantee that whatever she wants to put in place is going to be any better than what the Shadow Thieves are already. You know? Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure I know why she wants to do this. And I'm pretty sure that whatever she asks me to do is going to be worth a lot more than 15,000, which means I'm going to be giving her at least twice as much as before in labor, as all for the chance of getting Imoen. That's the thing that bugs me. All these people asking for massive amounts of money for a chance to get Imoen. Yeah, perfectly trustworthy. You know, she hasn't even bothered to wipe the blood off her mouth. This is sounding like a spaghetti western in the making. Well, as long as I get to be one of the ones on the roof shooting down. Most of those ones tend to survive unless they're shooting at the wrong one. You do not present yourself as a safe risk. I do not believe you. There is no such thing as a safe risk. Are your tasks for the thieves full of safe risk? I doubt it very much so. I offer an alternative risk, nothing more. If this is not to your taste, then you should decide accordingly. My path will be bloody, and you will not make many friends. Yeah, this sounds like the way to go for an evil playthrough. This sounds like the way to go in an evil playthrough, and I'm not playing this one evil. I will probably play evil at some point in the future, in both Baldur's Gate 1 and this game. But for stream anyway, I'm playing a goody two-shoes. Especially because that means that I get to have Minsk. And I really like Minsk. Now is the time for deciding. I cannot wait too long, and I tire of talking. Choose your allegiance, the masters you serve, or the mistress that will let you destroy them. I will side with you, mistress, and may the gods have mercy on our enemies. I do not trust you, but I will take your offer. It is too good to decline. I do not trust you or the others, but they are the devil I know. I must decline. You are a deceitful creature in league with my enemy. I refuse your offer. All right. Straight up truth. I do not trust you or the others, but they are the devil I know. I must decline. That is unfortunate. Very well, you may go. You have made an enemy here today, and I will face you on my own terms when the inevitable time comes. Boldly said, creature, yet you do not face us. Foxwhite has been underestimated by far better. You will rue the day of conflict when it comes, I think. Oh, we'll make sure of it. No matter how many times we have to reload, we'll make sure of it. Yeah, never trust anything that moves like that. Never trust anything that moves like that.
What is it?
Alright, back to the bridge district, I think. Let's use this exit. We're pretty darn close to it. Okay, well, made an enemy, but what else is new? I make enemies the way I breathe. Constantly.
Speak.
Alright, and
Quickly and precisely.
let's go. Okay, so I want the bridge district. I'm never getting out of this city. I will never leave. Forever trapped.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Okay.
Yes?
Well, I'm gonna go after this one.
What do you need? I am skilled in avoidance.
Yoshimo, aside from the one that I'm going after, it looks like this one is the furthest away from you, so you go for that one.
You point, I punch.
Minsk, go for the closest.
Nature's servant.
Shahira, that one.
What is it now?
Anamen, Mace, that one. And Eri,
Whatever I can.
go for the same one as Yoshimo. All right, everybody, you have your marching orders. Go.
Next time. With vengeance.
Good night. Bit more gold. Never say no to gold.
What can
And Eri, grab those scrolls. Thank you. Shove those into your case.
I do? What is it?
Anything else worth picking up here? I don't think so. This is all really basic stuff. All right. How do I leave? Maybe if I go up this way. Ah, yes, there's an edge. Right. Bridge district, please. Okay. I'm just gonna pause for a moment here. Balthus Estate, 5 Flagons, Merchant Square, Serk Farid, Tanner Shop, Delusar's Inn, Temple of Helm, Derelict House. Well, since none of these actually say Neb, I'm going to assume it's this derelict over here.
without hesitation.
Just gonna follow the main party as they walk because I don't think anybody's going to be waylaying Yoshimo to talk.
You will suffer. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, see? They didn't waylay Yoshimo. They didn't waylay Yoshimo at all. Give you your money now or you're going to regret it. Comprehend? Yes? Alright, here you go. Or, I comprehend that you're trying to ply your trade on the wrong person and you're about to be the one regretting it. Dude, I have no time for this and I am not giving you money. Yeah, well, we'll just tell you about that, won't we? Dude, unless you've got some very powerful friends hiding just out of sight, you are done, man. Goodbye, good night, farewell.
Fall by my hand. I won't let my friends be hurt.
Oh, you did have friends. Look at that.
Speak.
All right, yeah, sure. Go for that one.
You require my counsel, yes?
You, I don't know, shoot the mugger.
Swords, no
You divert over this away, please.
I break your rule.
Chihira, yeah, you might as well keep going the way you're going.
I shall go forth at your command.
Well, Anomen, we still have a dude who isn't being attacked. I'm not sure which one, but I hope I clicked on the right one. All right.
Yes?
Let's see. Money, jewelry, into the pouch. I'm just gonna toss this on the ground. I very much feel like I'm not gonna be needing it. You know what, Anomen, you just carry all of the incomplete things, would you? Yeah, that feels a bit better. Not sure whether or not I need that anymore, but... Okay, and Aerie, grab that scroll. Tuck that away.
I'll do it.
Anything interesting around here? Oh, somebody left a planar key on the ground.
This will not take long.
Okay, who am I missing? Oh, yeah, I'm missing Yoshimo. I'm missing Yoshimo. Who is down there. Okay. So everybody just walk down here and join. There we go.
Yes?
We'll select everybody. And we will continue over this way. Continuing to follow the main party because Yoshimo does not seem to get bothered the way they do. Maybe it's the silent moving?
Serve the greater balance.
Okay, continuing. Hi, who are you? Oh, you're a general cut purse, I see. Well, don't need to bother with you.
Certainly.
Ooh, locked.
Where shall I display my skill and expertise? I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Okay, that is a success.
Speak.
In we go.
You wouldn't hurt a gnome, would you?
Oh, I would absolutely hurt a gnome, man. Especially a murderer gnome. Have you reason to be here? I do not recall summoning such as you. Do I know you? I do not think it is so. I'll be going then. Sorry to have bothered you. Is your name Neb? I'm here to take what you stole from Unger Hildark. No. Let's go with credulous. Is your name Neb? Even though it says Neb. Why, friend, who told you my name? Who is it that sent you here? No one. Sorry to have bothered you. I'm here to take back what you stole from Unger Hildark. Or I hear that you are on the run from Baldur's Gate. Well, you know, Unger's specific instructions were to tell his corpse that that's what he gets for stealing from the Duergar. So, you know what? I hear you're on the run from Baldur's Gate. So, my former life does come back to haunt? So be it, though I shall miss the children so. Ah yes, the children. Come then, attack, and your death shall be a riddle for some other fool to solve. Foxwine, this is the same child-killing gnome from Baldur's Gate. I remember. For the greater balance, his head must be brought to the authorities. Boo remembers. Baldur's Gate, Neb the child murderer. You die, gnome, you die! He's already raging. I'm not going to do the scream. It is late at night. I'm facing the wall into the neighbor's apartment. I'm not going to be doing that scream. Sorry, folks. One dead gnome on a platter, please. Animate for... I keep telling you to use the mace as your primary weapon. Why do you keep defaulting to the bullets? Why? Go and hit him.
You will fall by my hand.
That's not right.
Well, that's See, Adaman, that is exactly why I told you to use your bloody mace. That's not good. He's in here somewhere. We gotta...
Very well.
Yes, quickly and precisely.
He's giggling over here. Trap.
If memory serves. Fleet of foot and all that.
Okay.
Without hesitation.
Okay, that's an X-Neb. That is a very much an X-Neb. Excellent. Okay. We'll take the pearls into the bag with you. What is this? Illithium ore. Okay. Take that. Take those. Interesting.
So this thing.
Yoshimo, you grab that potion of invisibility, would you, dear? Thank you. Take that ring. Is it... Yeah, it's just a silver ring. Okay. That looks like another one of those pixie ones. You know what? You're very righteous. Take the head. What authority should we take that head to?
I am ready. I think Yoshimo is willing.
Okay. More invisibility potion. More healing potion. Okay, so this wasn't a trap that was going to hurt us. This was a trap on the... Hello, darlings. Oh. Put those there. Put those there. Send that over there. Put that in there. Grab that. Send that over there. Put it in there. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else around here that I should be paying attention to? Oh, yeah, there is definitely more stuff in here.
What do you need?
Yoshimo, to work.
Behind, right?
Bit more gold. A little bit more gold. And book. History of the Valley of the Gods. Huh. It is said that even the powers must cavort and amuse themselves once in a great while. Far to the north of the spine of the world is the Valley of the Gods, a paradise unequaled on this world or in the plains. This playground of the gods is not meant for mortals. Any mortal who reaches the valley becomes a deity, for only deities may exist in the valley. Far too many mortals with delusions of grandeur have thrown away the pleasures of this side of the spine and their kingdoms in this world, only to break their backs searching for the legendary Valley of the Gods. Okay. Interesting. And 2 more books. What do we got here? History of Halrua, which I'm sure I've read on stream before. And History of the Dead 3, which I am pretty sure I've also read before. Okay. As amusing as the 3 is... Okay. I am hopeful that this is enough Elysium for Sarles's thing. Actually, let's double check here. Let's see. Shave Jahira, did it gain the service of Sir Sarles? Okay. Unger Hildark told me that his latest shipment of Elysium was stolen by a gnome named Neb. Unger cannot get the Elysium back himself because the word of a Duragar is not trusted in Amn. If I am to get real Elysium, I will have to exact justice on this bandit myself. Unger tells me that Neb bought a house in the Bridge District marked as Derelict House on the map. The name Neb sounds oddly familiar. Okay, investigate the deaths in the Umar Hills, journey to the Windspear Hills, the hunt for Valyar Korethala? Might have something to do with the huge spear. Oh, that's more stuff to do in the city. Free Jan Jansen from prison, not going to be doing that. Collect the fee for Galen Bale, maybe. Find proof of Mavar's treachery. Oh, right, that was the pretend to be a shadow thief for a while. Find the kidnappers who buried Turdir. Put the spirit of the child Wellen to rest. Encounter the restless spirit of a small boy in the graveyard and return his stuffed bear to him. According to the spirit, the bear is in the possession of the thief who murdered the child. The thief's name is Linus and is in one of the rooms at the... Oh, darn it, I was just at the Copper Coronet. Animal Trouble, Nira's Hidden Refuge, Hexat's Request... Well, that's all the Elysium that I could find, so I suppose that's enough?
If it must be done.
There are so many things that keep me in the city. It's very annoying. Why are you... Oh, because it's paused. Okay, save. Okay, the question is, do I go back to the slums? Or do I go to the government district? Let's go to the slums. Alright, simple things first. Let's see if we can find that thief named Ilyer, Ilmater, Ilnene.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Iliamr,
Certainly.
Corrigan, Joliv, Surly. Well, if he has a room, he's probably upstairs. Oh, hi, Hexet. I'm still not going to talk to you.
You require my counsel, yes?
Well, the door is
Very
locked,
well.
so...
Hiya.
Mechanism that operates this does not have a conventional lock and may be warded against simple spells. Oh. We've gotten very crowded here. Could everybody just move a bit away from the door here? Okay. Now that I can...
Declare yourself.
Beat it. I ain't here to chat up the customers. If you want something, go speak to Letian. Okay. Well, let's just continue having a look around here and see if he isn't on the main floor somewhere. I'd hate to actually murder in the inn or anything, but it's a lot of flies. That is a lot of flies. You wish something else? Yes, let me see what services you have available. I didn't catch your name the first time. I am Foxwine. You are rather unfriendly for an innkeeper. Rather odd, I should think. Or, no thanks, I'll be going. Didn't catch your name. I'm Foxwine. Yes, well, I am Letian, proprietor of the Copper Coronet, if you will. Welcome. Perhaps I could see what services you have available? I'm looking to dispose of some coin. Any ideas how to spend it, or I'll be on my way. Okay, fine, I should sleep. What services do you have available?
The copper cornet aims to please.
But you must speak to Bernard if you wish to purchase something. Okay.
I got some shit here for ya.
Ain't got much time for talking. It's business as usual round here. If you want service, just ask. I will look at what's on tap here. Nothing for me. Or maybe I could ask you a question or two? Could I ask some questions? If you make it quick, sure, shoot. A friend of mine has been kidnapped by the Cowled Wizards. Do you know where they keep their prisoners? I've heard something about a war between the Shadow Thieves and someone else. Do you know anything about that? Or actually, maybe I'll just see what you have on tap. Or actually, never mind. I've heard something about a war. Do you know anything about that? Only the whispers that come through here, which are hard to believe, really. Most of them agree that the Shadow Thieves are at war with a new rival guild. Beyond that, I'm not sure of the truth. If you go talk to Reynold Bloodscalp, the head of the guild, be careful. Many have been killed in his schemes. Alright, let's ask about the Cowled Wizards, I suppose. Do you know anything about where the Cowled Wizards hold their prisoners? Nobody does, and the council likes it that way. All the magic users caught are put out of sight and forgotten about, no matter what the wizards do to them. The Harpers might know. If I were you, I would track them down here in the city. Beware, though. Their aid rarely comes without a price attached. Well, what do you have on tap? Okay, let's have a rest. We'll take the peasant rooms. Thank you. It's gonna be a weird-ass dream again, isn't it? Yep.
Stand.
Yep, it's a
You
weird-ass
must each
dream
night
again.
uneasy. Yes, you are weary. You struggle daily.
I am so tired of you.
It will not end, you know, until you acknowledge what you are.
I know exactly what I am, and it's not what you want me to be.
You walk as a mortal, taking no advantage from your heritage, from your talents within. So many things of flesh are greater than you.
Oh no, I'm not living up to the promise of my father. Great.
War Commander, these beasts that are less than you are. See their strength, see how easily you forge their muscle and skill.
Dude, I have deep concerns about the things you ask me to do.
Why do you stand for this? Why do you submit to the flesh when death is bred in your bones?
Because I hate you.
Do you realize the power you might hold? When the world of flesh is beneath you, even creatures mysterious and magical will fall.
That would be great, but you forget I'm also half mortal. Admittedly, it's half elf, but still, mortal. Even elves die of old age eventually. Why is this guy so convinced that this is what I want?
Follow and receive the gift you are owed by the blood in your veins. Follow, if only to protect the weak that fell because of you.
I really sincerely want nothing to do with anything that guy wants. What? What? You must have had a nightmare. Relax, there's nothing wrong. You crazy wench, I thought we were under attack for a moment there. Or restless dreams. I have them myself on occasion. You know what? I'm gonna go with the last one because I count that past dream as a nightmare. That was definitely a nightmare. Have them myself on occasion. Do you? Yes, you have lost people close to you as well. It is awful, isn't it, to watch as people die again in your mind. It keeps the nights interesting. You get used to it. Awful, yes, but it reminds you of what you've lost. Huh. I mean, if the only way I could see a particular person again would be in my dreams because they're dead, I suppose it's a reminder. And what you still have. Wise words. From Alundo, are they not? Thank you for the reminder. She was dreaming about her husband, wasn't she?
Yes?
Well, I think it's fairly obvious that I'm not going to find this teddy bear thief very easily. There must be something that I haven't done that I need to. Blast, my attempt has failed. That's true. Is that the first long rest that I've taken since the whole Hexat thing? She's been lurking around in the tavern this whole time.
Declare yourself.
Okay, well, I definitely wasted my time in here, but along... Animen, for crying out loud. I just rubbed my face so hard I changed the volume on my headset. No, but I'd like to hear the tale. No, and I've no interest in hearing about it. Or I thought you were trying to become a knight. Sure, tell me why. As I've said before, I approached the Order without the benefit of my father's sponsorship. Most young lords come to the Order with patrons paying for their armor and such. I had possession of not even a sword, and the knight trainers would not accept me without my father's permission. My mother, however, was a follower of Helm and known to Sir Ryan Trall. She petitioned the knight commander on my behalf, begging him not to turn me away. Wait, wasn't your mother dead? So Sir Ryan Troll allowed me to enter as a novitiate to Helm. I trained as a cleric and learned my sword arts from the guardians of the temple, and was able to eventually squire. A long road it has been for me, Foxwine, but I am pleased to serve in the order under Helm's name, and I trust that Helm is pleased with me as well. What of you, then, Foxwine? You are a force for righteousness and honor. Why do you not join the most noble order of the Radiant Heart and achieve glory as well? I would be interested in doing so if they would have me. I doubt they would have me, Anamin. Besides that, I am hardly interested. Or, I have no interest in joining an organization of such pompous fools. I am not actually interested in joining the most noble order of the Radiant Heart. But I've been telling a lot of half-truths to keep Anamin interested, unfortunately, so might as well continue as I've started. I doubt they would have me, Anamin. Besides that, I'm hardly interested. Hardly interested, eh? Well then, you are likely right, my lady. They would not be interested in one who could not even muster a sufficient desire to halt the tides of chaos. Bah, I tire of all this talk. Let us just continue our quest here in silence for a while. Oh, well, that definitely wasn't the right answer, but oh well. Oh, yes, and I should remember to activate the belt. Let's see. How do I do that? How do I do that? Use item? Doubtful.
You need something?
Yes, I need to know how to use the darn... It is use item? Ah, thank you. Use it on yourself, yes. There we go. That's a few more hit points.
What is it?
Well, Anamin hasn't abandoned me yet, so...
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
This will not take long.
I mean, part of me wants to fool around with the spear. But I think maybe I should take care of this Illithium issue first. Obviously, I need to do something else to be able to access the rooms of the Copper Coronet. So... let's just make sure I don't have to go through that particular nightmare ever again. There we go. Alright. Government District. Yeah, down here.
If it must be done.
Man, I hope this monster problem isn't getting too bad while I'm stuck here taking care of time-sensitive quests. That may or may not actually be time-sensitive. Oh, they're splitting up. That's great. I'm just gonna follow the bulk then, I guess. Okay. Here is nearly everybody. Only companions-related quests are time-sensitive. Yeah, but everybody keeps telling me, oh, I must speak to you immediately, or you have to take care of this right away, or blah, 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 blah.
It will be done.
Where... Ah, there he is. Just like in real life, they're lying to get you to do what they want. Oh, I see.
Oh, do go away.
Well, I did not expect to see you back here so soon. Perhaps next time I should request to work only in blood-forged meteoric adamantite. Ah, illithium ore in its rawest form. Can you feel the primal energy wafting off of it? It practically screams for a firm hand to shape it, mold it, caress it. Yes, well, you have met my demands. I will work for your lord and compose a fitting tribute to his glory, or some such. My muse will decide. I thank you on behalf of the followers of Helm. Or there's nothing more exact you can say about what you are going to do? Nope. We want to be done with this. I thank you on behalf of the followers of Helm.
Our business is concluded. The piece will be delivered when it is done.
I will dispatch a messenger to collect my fee and tell your church of my decision. Thanks. So now I just have to return to the temple and tell them that it's taken care of. Should I have told Ungar that I took care of his little problem?
I'm listening.
Well, I'm going to be going back to prod the spear anyway, so... And frankly, the companions haven't actually given me any quests yet. Fake Hexit was the only one, and I kind of took care of that, so... Alright, so save... Doesn't Animan want you to see his father? Well, he seems to be aiming in that direction, but I don't think he's actually asked me directly to go yet. I don't see the Lord Kor's keep on here. So every companion should have... Yes, I agree. But so far Hexit is the only one who's told me where she has to go. Where, like, fake Hexit is the only one who told me where they needed to go for their personal quest. So I'm waiting for the others to tell me.
Certainly.
Alright, we will go and tell... guys. Hi, hello.
Without doubt.
Never betray trust. Such is the will of the Vigilant One.
May Helm watch over you and guard you from danger in your future endeavors, Foxwine. Now, if you will excuse me, there is much I must attend to. Oh, right, it wasn't you who gave me the quest. It was you.
Duty is the greatest honor, and duty to Helm is above all.
The unsleeping eyes of Helm have much to keep them busy now. We have received word that Sarles will work for us. I cannot thank you enough. Now, to what you are owed. You have served Helm with due care and have earned a portion of the artist's commission to cover any cost you paid. Well, you know, we gained 1,000 gold, which was exactly what we spent on the quest. So, that XP is an excellent bonus, and I think I just leveled up from it. You've earned more than mere gold as well. Helm is practical, and would have his payment be so as well. You shall have the Helm of Glory to further yourself. Report back to me when you are able. We have allies that will require your service. We've gained an item, Helm of the Noble +1. Huh. Journal has been updated. Another mission for the temple. Now that this business with the artist is finished, Guardian Telwyn has asked that I return to the temple as soon as I am able to continue to work. I'm standing right in front of him. Okay, well, what is this? Helm of the Noble. Named for its original owner, Sir Tane the Noble, this helm saw many great battles in his possession. It was eventually passed on to Sir Tane's squire, who had served him faithfully for almost 10 years. Alas, the young man had neither the strength nor the skill to uphold his master's legacy. It is rumored he lost his life in the pursuit of a worthy but ultimately futile cause, and the helm has had many owners since. Armor class +1, charisma +1, protect against critical hits. I feel like I should give this to Animan, actually. I feel like Animan would probably be best served by Helm's helm. I'm still not sure what authorities I should be taking Neb's head to. This is the head of Neb the Gnome. Rarely has a more despicable being roamed the land. Like, I'm fairly certain I should be taking the head to some sort of authority, but what authority and where? Unless I'm going to be given a chance to go back to Baldur's Gate. Should I be holding it on until then? I mean, I assume that since the game was called Baldur's Gate, you do actually get a chance to return to Baldur's Gate, right? Right? Anyway. Level up. Well, I don't want the full details, but I'd like to know if I hand in this head in this city or a different city. Neb's head. As Animan is carrying around Neb the murderer's head. So we hand it in to the authorities in this city? Excellent. Okay, good. Okay.
Duty is the greatest honor, and duty to Helm is above all.
Oh, the insult! I accidentally spoke to him with Animan, and he says this matter requires those closest to Helm. I would speak to Foxwine, and Foxwine alone. Oh, no! He's a cleric of Helm, man!
Yes? Quickly and precisely.
It has been requested of us that we assist the Temple of Lathander in their dispute with the worshippers of Talos. We have remained neutral in this matter, but the balance of the situation has shifted, and should one side gain dominance over another, there will be chaos. Go, speak with Dawnbringer Sane, my counterpart in the Hall of Lathander. Helm be your guide through the halls of friends and the trials of enemies. Well, thankfully she is literally next door, so everybody...
Without hesitation.
Let's see. This was, yeah, that's it right there. Hi, hello. Are you sane? No, you're not. Bye. In we go. Hi.
This will not take long.
Morning nights. Sane? Sane, please, where are you? There you are.
The Morning Lord welcomes you to his sight.
You must be Foxwine. High Watcher Oisig has said he would send capable help. Are you ready to aid the House of the Morning Lord? I will do what I can to aid you, or I will return as soon as I am ready. I will do what I can. Good. The Morning Lord takes great pride in the artifacts of his rule. We have many items on display, from new artworks to the aged relics of bygone days. If you're sending me back to that if you're sending me back to that artist, I'm gonna... Today, we are one less. We are the victims of thievery, and our followers have been shaken by this vulnerability. Quick steps must be taken to rectify this. Treachery, what can be done? Or anything to be of service? Treachery! We know the culprits. They have not concealed their crime. Talassans, slinking from their temple to degrade our worship, hired common thieves for the deed. Talassans? Oh, goody. Fun, okay. They fear no retribution. The Morning Lord cannot suffer his relics in the hands of such evil. Find these thieves before the Talassans receive the items. The spark of dawn has lit the way. Go to the filth of the slums at night and intercept the delivery of our dawn ring. Bring it back to its proper place. Okay, slums at night to get dawn ring. Oh, pity it's practically midday. Expect resistance from the Talassans. Divination reveals their foul servant. Go and relieve the one called Traven of our rightful property. Okay. Held by Traven. Travin. Okay. And what shall be the reward for this task? Or I will aid you. You shall have your relic back. You shall have your relic back. Your reward will be suitable. Go to the slums during the night. If you can do this without bloodshed, all the better. But spare no wrath if necessary. Bloodshed's the only way that I have of doing that. My thief is not a good enough thief to actually, I like him a lot, but I didn't, give him very good pickpocketing because I have no intention of using it. Okay, fun. Exit, guarded, sewers, radiant heart, sewers, Talos.
If it must be done.
Okay, so the best place to find the authorities would be the government district, wouldn't it? Which is right where I just was. Sigh. Where's the... How do I get out of here? Darn you, let me leave. I forgot to save. Yeah, I'm gonna have to assume that, like, there's the prison there and stuff. Supposedly there's a watch house or Fire Chem Estate, Government Park, Council 6. Yeah, let's try the prison, and hopefully I won't be called upon to pay for springing that guy. Like, I don't know why he thinks I'm going to pay his bail. I had nothing to do with his arrest, except that I got him arrested, really, so...
Cities always teem with evil and decay. Let's give it a good shake and see what falls out.
Certainly.
You are adorable. Prison keeper. There's Jan. There's a secret door. Interesting. This does not seem to be the place where I need to be, unfortunately. Well, let's try the council building.
Without doubt.
If he actually ends up in jail if you don't help him on his squabble with the authorities. Well, I didn't help him. I in fact said, yes, he's been trying to sell me illegal explosives. So I kind of helped to get him arrested.
Direct me as you will.
I have lots of people to choose from here. I don't know. Let's try Korgrig.
Is there a reason you are here? You should make an appointment to request an audience. Speak directly with Officer Rowan.
He serves well as liaison to the nobility. I'm not sure if that's the right one. Sorry to bother you, just looking around. As you will, but you may not be allowed access to some areas. This is the heart of the government. Yes, which is why I'm here. I figure there must be someone here I can turn this head into. Clerk, Larsh. You know, Chief Inspector Braga seems like might be a good choice.
Is there something that you need, citizen?
Who are you? I have the head of the child killer Neb. He is dead and will bother no one any longer. My friend Imowen was taken by the cowled wizards. Do you know where she is or where I could get help? Or perhaps you could tell me about the war between the thieves' guilds I've heard so much about. Nope, this is exactly the person. I have the head of the child killer Neb. He is dead and will bother no one any longer. Let's see what you have there. Yes, despite the condition of the head, it is obviously the criminal we've been seeking. You have no idea what a despicable creature this Neb was. Or perhaps you do. Regardless, we're thankful for your help. I hope this reward is sufficient. Well, not having to carry around a rapidly rotting head is definitely a nice reward. I understand the Flaming Fist was looking for him as well. I'll send them a note explaining your deeds so they can stop looking now. Make sure you tell them it was me. 2,500 gold, and our reputation has increased. Thank you again, citizen. You've done well. Thank you. It was nothing. Inventory space! Alright. Let's leave quickly before somebody else gives us something to do.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I mean, the name sounds familiar, but the problem with really simple names like that is that, you know, I could be remembering it from anything. I could be remembering it from a different series. Actually, I might be remembering it from a different series. There's an actual play that I watch where one of the characters is referred to as Neb. Definitely not a gnome, and definitely not a child murderer. Okay. Cancel this. What else do we got? Like, can I just leave? Can I just... There's a man in red sometimes in the Bridge District, and I just don't... Neb is the dude who helps you out of the Flaming Fist dungeon after Coverus frames you. Oh, Lord, I released him? Oh, man. Okay, I am not going to keep, like, wandering in and out of the Bridge District on the off chance that I see a man in red. Animal trouble in trade meat. Let's investigate the deaths in Umar. Journey to the Wind Spear. Look for Valgar Korthala. Might have something to do with the spear. Like, that might lead out of the city again, but... proof of Mavar's treachery, that's at the docks inside the city, but I'm really not interested right now. The Bridge District guy in red, I've probably walked by him twice. He released you, more like... Well, we released each other, and that makes me feel responsible, so I'm glad that I, cleaned up that loose end. Put the spirit of the child well into rest, which I can't do unless I can access deeper parts of the Copper Coronet, which I don't know how to do. Animal trouble in trade meat. Nira's refuge and Hexet's request, which I kind of... yeah. Hopefully Hexet will not return. You know what? I'm leaving. I'm getting out of the city. I don't want to be here anymore. Save.
Without hesitation.
Not Darnus. Well, there's the Watcher's Keep, there's the Wild Forest, Trade Meet, Windswept Hills, from which you can probably get to Umar. Do I have a reason to be going to the Watcher's Keep? I'm just... It's so annoying. Memory is just a horrible thing. Bid to write this by those we serve, you who carry out the work. Seek me out in the hills of Umar and signal your identity with the purchase of the book. Da da da. Hexit needs the cloak. Dagobah was less than thrilled to see his tomb invaded. I kind of wish that there was a way of hiding the finished quests, but I don't see them. Helping Irenicus's captured dryads, I am still working on. I've got the acorn. Wait, where was that supposed to be? In order to free the captive dryads, I must bring their acorns to the Fairy Queen, who is located in the area called the Windspear Hills. Okay. Investigate the deaths in the Umar Hills. Journey Windspear. Something that has to do with the spear. Family owns land in the Umar Hills. Free Jan Jansen from prison. Unlikely. Collect the fee for Galen Bale. Yeah. Mavar's treachery. That's at the docks. That's the bridge. That's the inn. Nira's hidden refuge, maybe. Ran into the wild mage Nira in Athkatla. She wants to meet in the wild forest outside the city. Well, that's a good reason to go in that direction, I suppose. I don't remember what the Watcher's Keep is for. Well, you know what? Let's go to the wild forest. As long as she's not trying to be a companion of mine, I rather like Nira.
This will not take long.
So let's go to the wild forest.
Ah, good. I've been waiting for you. The camp's really close.
Greetings, Nira. It's good to see you, but I'm surprised you're not already there. It has been some time. Good, let us be off. Or waiting for me? Why? Greetings, Nira. Good to see you, but I'm surprised you're not already there. Yes, go on. Let me guess, you don't know where it is. Or there's some sort of problem? I am shocked. Yes, go on.
Honestly, I'm having a bit of trouble bypassing the wards and traps we set up to keep unwanted visitors out.
I shouldn't have trained the others so well. Extraordinary talent can be such a curse. I mean, you're all wild mages. You're all wild mages, and you've gathered a bunch of wild mages into one place. The fact that things are not going as expected should have been expected. That's a paradox, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I just said a paradox. Oh no. I see, so I must to assist you in getting past these wards. Extraordinary talents always are. I should know. Need some help? So can extraordinary incompetence. You need me to get through these wards, I take it. It's a little arrogant of me, but I should know how extraordinary talents are such a curse. But, you know, my extraordinariness isn't because of my talent, alas. But, you know, need some help?
Tempting,
But
yes, let's join forces.
I can guide you to the camp, and you can make sure I don't die. The half-elf's magic may represent a threat to the balance, but I think she would do less harm with us than without us. I would advise against accompanying a mage with such poor control of her spells. Would it not be better to aid her from a distance?
So what do you say? Am I in or out?
I don't have anybody that I would boot for you, darling. I'm sorry. I mean, Aries my other caster, but I would like to keep her because I don't want to go all the way back to the circus to get her back when we're done here. I would be happy to have you by my side, Nira. You can join us for a time. If your magic is useful and not too troublesome, you may remain. I'd prefer to travel without you for now, or absolutely out. I don't want to rearrange my party for this. I'd prefer to travel without you for now, Nira.
Really? I guess I understand. I hope you still plan to go to the camp.
I'll hang back, as you prefer, and meet you there once you're through the wards. Okay.
If it must be done.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting indeed. Hi.
Hark, wayward wanderer. I set out a fortnight ago. Turn around, turn around. The path ahead is treacherous and leads nowhere.
Tell me, friend, what can I do to aid you? I see your cart has broken down. The path I'm on is always treacherous. Whatever dangers lie ahead, I'm sure I can deal with them. Or, nonsense, the path must lead somewhere. What do you know of the hidden camp nearby? If it's hidden... I see your cart is broken down.
You can do nothing for me. It's been a fortnight since I set out. Turn around, turn around.
If you've been traveling so long, you must be weary and hungry. Let me help. Where were you going to, and what are you doing here? Tell me what you know of the hidden camp. Press on. If you've been traveling so long, you must be weary and hungry. Let me help.
No, you can do nothing for me. I've been on the road a fortnight, you see. Turn around, turn around.
There's no need to be... This is one of the tests. This is one of the tests. There's no need to be so stubborn and proud, friend. There must be plenty I can do, no matter how long you've been out here. Well then, do you know anything about the hidden camp nearby? Or, goodbye then, if you don't want my help, I must be on my way. Like, what happens if I keep pressing? There must be something I can do.
I've been on the road for a fortnight, and I set out a fortnight ago. Turn around.
I don't really understand. Let's change the subject. Perhaps you can answer some other questions? Must all gnomes persist in this sort of madness? Or there's something off about this. Goodbye, stranger. Perhaps you can answer some other questions?
A fortnight.
You're making no sense. What do you mean? I'll put up with this no longer. Speak clearly or stand aside. Or, all right then, may you enjoy many more fortnights in this desolate place. Farewell. You're making no sense. What do you mean?
A fortnight.
Oh. Oh man, pressing worked. Oh boy. Well, that was fun. That was definitely a thing. Hey, Yoshimo. It went kaboom. Alright, take the gold. Take that pretty thing. Take those. Send that over there. Send those over here. Put that there. Ooh. Yeah, learn that. Protection from cold. Okay. I'll put that in there.
What is it?
Well, not exactly the most recommended way, but I'm guessing he was one of the protections that was set up. Man. See, this is why you don't gather wild magic users in one place. Stuff like this happens.
Lady Jahira, it seems quite strange to me.
Hello?
Clearly noble past, but choose the life of an adventurer. What has brought you to this dangerous path?
This is not a woman. Well, okay. On your head be it, and it probably will.
It is a path of conscience. Some druids choose a contemplative lifestyle, but I sought a more active role in furthering Ignatius' cause. And you? Did you become a priest of Helm only for honor and glory?
Yes. Of course not. The righteous path ever beckons. It is merely a dividend of the order that a member can make a place for himself in this difficult world. I see. What place you choose to make for yourself remains to be seen. It does, but I assure you that you will not be disappointed. I have a feeling that having my detect illusion as low as it is on Yoshimo is going to be causing a lot of fire damage. Okay, so the fire was definitely coming from over here, so if I go around this side... Hello? Oh, goody! Hobgoblin elites.
Yes?
Right, you go for that one. You go for that one. You also go for that one. You go for that one.
What is it now?
You go with your mace and go for that one. And you go for that one. There we go. Okay. Oh, I hear a caster.
What is it?
You will fall by my hand. In Beargon's name, it shall be done.
Alright. Alright, gold, jewelry, more gold. Healing potion. Put the jewelry in the bag. Put the healing potion in the pile. Wait, there's another one. Not really much worth saving, is there?
Yes?
Okay.
Without doubt.
Okay.
Fall, creature, and feed the earth!
That was weird. That was very weird.
Any service.
What is it?
We have explored very little of this map.
Quickly and precisely.
bear. Baby wyvern? Oh, and there's Mama.
You will fall by my hand.
That's not right.
Okay. Weird that the wyverns didn't kill the deer, but okay. Actually, let's try going kobolds. There's a great variety of problems on this particular. Oh, there's a lot of them. And then they all died. Oh, this place is really weird.
So this thing?
Okay. Arrow of fire, put it in the stack. Some sort of blue short sword.
Has his day. I'm ready, I think.
More of these. Nothing else really worth writing home about, though.
Without hesitation.
What a weird variety of danger there is here. Do not like this. That water is foul. We should not get too close. This bridge appears rotted and uncrossable. The water flowing beneath is polluted with magic. It has an unwholesome, eerie look that is distinctly unwelcoming. Okay. I'm gonna blame Nira's little friends for that. A wild tiger. So weird. Okay. I think I want to go over here.
You will fall by my hand. Oh my.
I wonder if Yoshimo's detect illusion is at all strong enough to help with this. Hi? What the heck? Come here, you puny dogmen. It was a trick. These ones must be the ones who done it. No, it wasn't. So hungry. Get them. We'll cut them up for stew. That is hardly fair. And also, Yoshimo, get behind the group, please.
Yes?
Armored, sharpened, and raring to go.
Okay, 3 of you each have a target.
I shall go forth at your command.
Adaman, I don't know. Back up over there. Alright,
require my counsel, yes?
Yoshimo, if you would go for that one. Oh, that takes care of that mess. Okay. I just had Yoshimo pick up all that stuff that I intended for my own character, didn't I? Yes, I did. Well, they were wearing very nice necklaces, apparently. Okay, let's see. Ooh, summon Hekashar? Similar to the 6th level wizard spell, summon Nishru. The Hekashar, in fact, is a more powerful version of the Nishru with more hit points, better attacks, and immunity to normal weapons. Huh. Yeah, sure, I'll learn that one. And a spell shield into the case.
We are all heroes. You and Boo and I, hamsters and rangers everywhere. Rejoice!
Oh, Minsk. Okay. Well, this seemed like a very promising place to put a camp, but unless I'm actually walking through it right now, this is not the way. Okay, destroyed bridge, broken cart. Well, let's try going over here. A speaking snake. Oh, and Yoshimo's the only one. Death awaits, half-elf. Death awakes, and I will show the way. What is this, a talking snake? Why are you here? You speak. Are you human? Have you been transformed? Death awaits. What do you mean? Or death may wait, but I will not. Prepare to die. You know what? You speak. Are you human? Have you been transformed?
Death awaits, and I show the way. I am no man, but a snake at the door of death.
Is this another one of the ones that's going to repeat itself until it explodes? So you have not been transformed. There's danger ahead, you say. What do you mean, show the way? I've heard enough. Die, serpent. Or I see, farewell. Okay, so you've not been transformed. There's danger ahead, you say?
Death and death alone. Pass me and you will see.
Is that a threat? Anything else to add? Enough with the death chatter. I've heard enough. Die, serpent. Or maybe that's what I'll do then. Farewell. Anything else to add?
The death awaits.
I'll take my chances. Farewell. I'll take what little you've told me into considerations. Thanks and farewell. You play this part well. I hope you're getting compensated with voles or small mice. Goodbye. Or, you're right. Death is waiting. Prepare to meet it, snake. I'll take what little you've told me into consideration. Thanks and farewell. I mean, if it doesn't attack me, I see no reason to kill it. Interesting. The heck was that? What if I... Interesting. Okay. It warned me away from the path I was on, so I turned back. No, I did not turn back.
Stay out.
Oh, Now it's attacking me. Okay.
You shall suffer my wrath. Second chance.
Like, this is definitely means something, this spot. And since they won't mark it for me, I will mark it. Sparkles. Can't help but feel that that's important. What do we got here? Panther. Okay.
Get those second chance.
I must rest soon. I am weak when I am tired.
We'll sleep when we figure this riddle out. Ogre. Interesting. Oh, more sparkles.
The eyes move. Go for the eyes. Yeah.
Okay, there were more sparkles over here, weren't there? There were. Okay. Sparkles. Perhaps I should go around and find all of these
My legs.
sparkly shot.
You need something?
Let's see here. Protection from cold again. Alright, in the box.
Yes. If it must be done.
They're all starting to complain about being tired. But if I don't clean out this map, we're not going to get a rest anyway. Okay, so far I've found 2 spots that sparkle. That's an interesting trap. I didn't do that as far as I know. Okay, back by the... Ooh, what? Yoshimo?
I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Pile of gravel. Well, take it anyway.
What is it? It will be done.
Yeah, we definitely should not continue standing there. Guys, come on, come on. Okay. Well, the sparkles seem to show up in these weird... Oh, yeah, look at that. There's one that I missed. Okay, so like right here... Okay, so that's 3. I can't help but feel that this is part of the. Okay. Doesn't seem to be anything down there. But yeah, I feel like the sparkling spots are... And here's another one. Okay. We're starting to get a rough shape here. What? Trap sprung. And another. Yeah, they definitely seem to be showing up in these pools of where the ground looks weird. Okay, so there were weird bits elsewhere. Perhaps I should check them again. Oh, yep, look at that. There's one right here as well. Sparkles here as well. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's 6 spots, and I have 6 people. Maybe that means something. Okay, so...
Yes? All right.
Airy, stand right there.
Point the sword, and I shall strike. With all speed,
Send
comrade.
Animan down here. Okay, where are the sparkles here?
I am at peace in the outdoor places, though it never seems to last.
That's weird. I have this spot marked as having... One of us is setting them off. One of us is triggering them. All right, Animan, come back.
Speak. Certainly.
Okay.
Yes?
I'm not sure which of us is actually setting it off, but...
Without doubt.
Yeah, there it is.
For honor and glory.
It's probably me that's setting it off, but... Yeah, right in the spot, Animan.
Stand amongst
Yeah.
the righteous.
What is it?
Oops.
Quickly and precisely.
Okay, there should be one right around here somewhere. Wasn't there? Yeah, there should be one right around here according to my markers.
I can't help but remember what the forests in the north look like from the sky. They're so majestic.
Aerie, you are halfway across the map. How am I hearing you? The trap here seems to be broken. Where are the sparkles? I have them marked as being right around here. Blast it, was it Animan?
My lady, I feel most...
Hi.
Would you allow me the opportunity to apologize and try to explain?
I suppose. Very well, I will listen to what you have to say. You can apologize, but I don't want an explanation. Forget it, Animan, I'm not interested in hearing your apologies. Or, Animan, this is not the appropriate time to talk about this. I will listen to what you have to say. I am most thankful, Foxwine. Sometimes, you see, my zeal for justice and valor can become too much. There is an anger in my heart that I cannot seem to control. I see injustices everywhere, my lady, and I wish to do nothing but strike out against them. But even when I do, I keep striking out. The hate and anger only grow. When I spoke to you of fighting against evil, I became angry, but it was far more anger at my own inability to be as good and lawful as I might wish to be. I am sorry, Foxwine, truly I am. I am unworthy of my vows. I accept your apology, Animan. Everyone feels at least a little as you do, Animan. I'm sure that even the most noble paladin feels anger and hate. You are not unworthy. You just need to strive harder to achieve self-control, Animan. I cannot believe how weak and pathetic you are. Stop crying over your feelings and get a backbone, will you? Okay. Everyone feels at least a little as you do. I do not think that this is true. The paladins in the Order speak only of contentment, and I have none of that. But I thank you for your kind words, regardless. Again, you remind me of my sister, Moira. She, too, has a decent soul and benevolent heart. You should meet her sometime, Foxwine. I truly think you would like each other. See, he keeps talking about wanting us, like me to meet his sister and all this sort of stuff. But he's never actually asked me to go there. Alright, Minsk, I hate to lose you, but that was rude. Okay, that's the spot, right? Yeah, that's close enough to the spot. Alright.
Speak. Without hesitation.
The trap here seems to be broken, which is probably good. But I mean, I marked the sparkles on the map here, and they are not appearing. Looking at it, I'm surprised I didn't catch Kovaras's secret instantly. Maybe. Huh. I think I'm doing this wrong. I don't think I leave a person standing on each spot. I think...
I'll help however. I'll do my best.
Let's bring the people back.
On my sword while you can, evil.
I don't remember this place. Where are you at? I'm in the Wild Forest, I believe it is. Yes, the Wild Forest. I'm trying to find Nira's camp.
Yes? This will not take long.
See, there, right there. Come on, go off again. Also, good evening, Mikoze. I was hoping to figure this out, like, for the end of the stream. But I admit to being at a bit of a loss in the northeastern area. I mean, I found a bunch of spots where there's these sort of like spray out of sparkles that I feel like must have something to do with unlocking the way to the camp. But for the life of me, I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do. See, like that, and it makes a little shing noise, too. Well, unfortunately, I sent Nira away, so... Now, why did I have a marker up here if nothing goes off? There it is. Go to the bridge again? Sure, I can do that. Oh, well, maybe not stand in that particular spot. Yes, thank you. You're all very good at getting hit by fireballs. I appreciate the demonstration. Powerful illusion magic is at work here. It cannot be dispelled, but there may be another way to reveal what is hidden. Nira does not need to be in the party. That is good to know. Like... that little mound? Oh, this? I already looted that. There was gravel in it. It's empty now. He was the one who had the gravel. Use it on the bridge. A loose assortment of small stones. Excellent for throwing or sharing with friends. Yeah, I can use the cloak to transform. I can use the shield amulet. Wrong item type for use slot. Can't put it in the weapon. Quick slot, item slot. Nope, can't actually put it anywhere. Further out onto the bridge and drop it? Wait. Oh, hold on. Pick up some loose gravel and cast it towards the bridge. The gravel reveals the bridge's decrepit state is only illusion. You may cross the stream without danger. Oh, man, it was that easy?
What is it?
We must rest soon. Who is getting squirrely?
If it must be done.
Ugh, my legs are just aching. I've never walked so much in my life. Can we rest now, please?
Okay. So now we're here. Swimming is almost never an option. God help us with this slow current. Well, let me try... Let's save. If I just try to exit from up here... Hidden refuge! Yo, hi!
Direct me as you will.
Look, it's Nira.
Hey! Do I get to join you or what? You could use my level-headed advice, tactical wisdom, and moral clarity.
Moral clarity. Have I met Furcraig? That name does not sound familiar, Miko, so I'm gonna have to say no. Yes, I'd like to have you in my party, or sorry, Nira, wait here for now. Nira, sorry, wild magic. I just, Oh, that'll be epic. Sorry, Nira. Too many wild mages in the same place. There it goes again.
Stop. Turn around and go. There is nothing here for you.
Relax, friend. I'm here to help. Nira is nearby. She can vouch for me. Or I will be the judge of that. Let me in. Nira is nearby. She can vouch for me.
Then where is she? Why isn't she with you?
Are we really going to be going through this? So I can get here, but he won't actually let me in without the vouching person vouching for me, like here. I don't. She just look at this. She just leveled up. Why would I want to send her away? That is very upsetting.
It will be done.
Nira once polymorphed herself into a chicken and detonated my skull trap early. Sad time, but funny. She turned all my money into lead and I didn't notice until 3 hours later. Oh no. I just want to get into the camp and then we can all have a nice sleep.
You cannot enter. Turn around.
Could I just walk past him?
So this way? Whatever you need, I do it well.
Nope, I have no choice. I gotta add Nira to the party in order to be able to get in here. That just... Oh, life is suffering. Ugh.
Swords, not words.
Did Minsk miss something? Did we already go and save the Imsvale village? Boo demands that it is not so, but I cannot remember. Surely we will not shirk our heroic duty for so long. It cannot be. Oh, shite. Alright. Alright. Okay. If this is the way it's gonna be, this is the way it's gonna be. Yoshimo, move up. Yes, thank you. We're going to have a nice snooze right here since they won't let us into the bloody camp.
When we sleep in the field, there is always the chance that we will be beset by foes, yes? I cannot help but be reminded of my father in these times.
That really doesn't say good things about your father, but then again, you've never said anything good about your father to me. How so? Or I care not for your childhood memories, Animan. How so? You would have to meet my father to truly understand. Suffice it to say, he is a cruel and overbearing man. He is also a heavy drinker, and as a child I'd lie awake listening to him destroy his chambers in a drunken rage. Loud noises at night have a startling effect on me to this day. Perhaps this is a good thing, seeing as no creature can sneak up on a light sleeper. But it matters not. I am no longer under his thumb. I've no reason to return to my father's house. Let us get back to sleep.
Things are going well for us. Yes? It's a dangerous path, but we manage well for ourselves.
Without doubt.
Is this really what's happening here? Okay. Okay, we need to go to this Innsvale village, but I can't remember exactly where it was. Was that in the Windspear Hills or in the Umar Hills? I'm making progress into Animan romance? Oh lord, no. Darn it. Innsvale Village, the one that Minsk keeps going on about. We need to go there so that he'll shut up, because I love him, but I also will not take being nagged by him. Yes, here we are. Dylan was sent to find aid for the village of Imsvale in the Umar Hills. Okay, we're going to the Umar Hills. That's where we're going. Thank you, Short. Just as I figured it out. We have excellent timing everywhere. All right, to the Umar Hills. Off we go. Oh, look, it's 1 day and 0 hours. And there's definitely stuff going on here, but I'm not going to deal with that tonight. Because it is getting towards 12:30. It is midnight. And I should be calling the stream here. I have things that I need to do tomorrow, so I can't stay up super late tonight, unfortunately. So I will deal with this, whatever's going on here. That is a big map. Dang, okay. So I will save. Make sure that we come in here. It's going to be great. We're going to be wandering around in the middle of the night with a party that is half people who can't see in the dark. It'll be special. And that's where I will pick up again next week. And for those who came in late or who haven't seen my previous streams, you can find my previous Baldur's Gate streams, both 1 and 2, on my YouTube channel. There are playlists there for both games, so if those are the ones that you are interested in, that's the place that you should go rather than trying to dig through all the videos to find them. And it's the same with any of the other games that I've played. Anything I've played more than twice has ended up with a playlist of its own, just to make things very easy to find, because that's the way that I like to consume YouTube. So I set up my YouTube to make it really easy to do so. And I will be back again tomorrow night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing Cities Skylines for Management Monday. I will be continuing to work on my city of Vintberg, the city that is trying desperately to die, but I have managed to prevent said deaths so far, and we're going to find out if I can manage to keep up the streak. I'm going to be continuing to try to keep my city alive and to do interesting things with it and to get achievements, which is one of the reasons why I'm playing with money on, and which is also the reason why my city has almost died multiple times now, but we'll see how well I do tomorrow night. Then I will be back again on Wednesday night at as close to 7 p.m. as we can get enough people together to form a room. I will be playing either Scribble It or Among Us with my group of friends. And we're definitely very interested in playing Among Us this week because there's a new map being released. There's a new map being released on Tuesday, and we're really hoping to have enough people to play Among Us so that we can go and explore the fungal on Wednesday. And hopefully we'll bring together enough people, and we'll find out. Then on Wednesday, after my friends have to go to bed because they need to be up in the morning for their day jobs, at around 10:15 or 10:20 or so, I switch over to my solo Valheim server where I try my very best to do my very best. And upcoming in Valheim this week, it's going to be sailing my ship all the way from where it is near the altar for Bone Mass, who is the boss of the swamp, and thus the next boss I need to go after. I sailed all the way over to near where he is, dropped a portal, and now I've got to sail my boat back to port. before I can really set up to go after Bone Mass himself. So it will be a whole bunch of sailing in the upcoming stream, and hopefully a bit of setup for Bone Mass. We'll see if I have time for both. It took a really long time to sail to where Bone Mass was because the wind was not in my favor, but maybe I'll get a little bit lucky going back. I don't know. I hope so, but we'll all find out together. Then, on Thursday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I shall be playing Darkest Dungeon for Try Not to Die Thursday. I will be continuing to work on my roster and attempting to raise them up so that they're all in the level 5 and 6 region, rather than being majority 4s the way that they are now. And once I've got them up into the 5 and 6 areas, I can start challenging bosses again, and life will be good, and I will be trying my I really want the trinkets from the various area bosses, because I want those trinkets for when I go into the Darkest Dungeon. So I'm working my way towards the end game in there, and we'll see how close I manage to get. And then, next Sunday night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I shall return to Baldur's Gate 2, where I have finally escaped Waterdeep, and I'm going to take care of this Innsvale thing, because Minsk is very focused on getting this done, and I fear if I ignore it for much longer, he's going to depart in a huff. And, well, I am playing as a goody two-shoes, just for Minsk. And if he departs in a huff because I didn't do the thing that he wanted to do, what is the point of me playing as good as I have been and not giving in to my slightly more evil urges? So, it will be figuring out the problem in Innsvale and smashing it into the dust in purely Minsk fashion, upcoming next Sunday night. And that is the week in my schedule. All of the games that I'm going to be playing and everything that I plan to do in those games. As much as I can plan, I am playing a lot of RNG-dependent games right now, which makes it very difficult to plan ahead. But I've made what plans I can, and whether my plans actually work out or they don't, I always somehow manage to have fun. And tonight I did have fun, and I hope that all of you had at least as much fun as I did. And I hope that you all have a great night. Good night.